I'm John Wellborn, this is my wife Kate, and we are the founders of Wade's Army. Wade's Army is a nonprofit organization inviting everyone to join the front lines of the fight against neuroblastoma, standing arm in arm with those affected by this childhood cancer while supporting research programs in hospitals fighting to find a cure.
We founded Wade's Army to honor the memory of Wade DeBruin. Wade's mom, Heather, and I played soccer together growing up in a small town in New Jersey. We lost touch during college and then reconnected over social media years later. John and I found out we were having twins in 2011. Around the same time, we found out that Wade was fighting neuroblastoma. We'd never heard of neuroblastoma. Our girls were born, and about a month after Wade lost his fight, we were devastated for Wade and for his twin left behind, and for Heather and Scott. We wanted to do something to bring them some positive energy, and I said to John, we have to do something.
Yeah, she asked me, hey, what do you think we could do to help them? How could we support Heather and Scott? And, at the time I was heavily involved in, teaching seminars and traveling for CrossFit football. So I thought that the best way to do it was to remember him and do something in his honor. I had a friend that lost a child around the same time, and I remember speaking with him. He said the hardest thing about losing a child is people forgetting about your child, that nobody wants to talk about it because they figure it's too painful, but it's actually more painful to have people losing, the memory of your child. So with that information and kind of taking that vein, we decided, let's do something so that everybody will always remember Wade and he becomes a rallying cry instead of just this little boy who lost this terrible fight, and, get positive energy to rally around it. So I decided to design a t-shirt, push the t-shirts out to sell. We figured every Army needs a uniform, and put a hero workout together for Wade DeBruin. So we created Wade's Day and created the hero workout Wade.
We were touched not only because Wade was a twin, but also because of the trauma for Wade and for his whole family of enduring this aggressive treatment that's generally used for adults. And this neuroblastoma is so aggressive that they use the same treatment on little kids. And if these little kids relapse, they have something around a 5% chance of survival.
Well, what was even more unnerving was the fact that neuroblastoma is the largest killer of kids of that age group, and I didn't know anything about it and never heard anything about it. We hear about all these other different, cancers, from breast cancer to prostate cancer, and the fact that there wasn't anybody doing anything about neuroblastoma was really kind of gut-wrenching. And then as we got more and more into it, we realized that there was only certain hospitals that treated it, and listened to the trials and tribulations of these families having to travel and leave and support their children. And we thought, hey, there's got to be something that we can do. And in typical fashion, when you look around and something needs to be done and there aren't people doing it the way you do it, then you have to, take a step forward and say, let's do something, let's see what we can do. And we really mobilized the community through Power Athlete, and people literally answered the call when we put out the charge. And it's been really inspiring, and I'm excited to be a part of this.
We also learned that childhood cancers receive only 4% of the national funding. And with so little money provided for childhood cancer research, there's just so few advances and new treatments. And we felt like Wade would have had a better chance had he had, more research and more opportunities. So that was part of the drive of Wade's Army, was to fund our own research or band with other organizations to fund research so that these little kids have more treatment options.
And the other one, when we started looking at the treatment, especially the nutrition aspect, which was big through Power Athlete, just seemed really archaic and really behind the times. And as we went and started reaching out to different people, we realized that there was something we could do. And we funded research that first year. We've been able to offer grants and help those families most affected. But this year our deal is to help the hospitals build kitchens and really take this idea of proper nutrition to really help these kids in recovery. As everybody knows, nutrition and food that you put in there is by far one of the biggest advantages that we have in the ability for recovery. So we're going to spearhead this, and we're going to raise a ton of money and see if we can help a ton of kids.
So for the last 6 years, this is our 7th annual Wade's Army t-shirt drive and celebration of Wade's Day. For a $35 donation, you get one of these awesome t-shirts. We have adult sizes and kid sizes. And
Kate likes the kid size.
You also get to decide where you want your donation to go. It can either go to funding research, developing kitchens in hospitals, or daily operations.
Well, also supporting the families in need. So we go
And
to
most importantly, supporting
most
the
importantly,
families.
families in need. There's a ton of research money out there, and everybody's trying to put a study together to see how this works and this works. But at the end of the day, people need to support the families that are most in the fight. The people that pack up their whole lives and move to a treatment center to take care of their child, sleep in their cars, do anything they can to help these children assist them in their fight. And somebody needs to be their voice and to help them. And Wade's Army is taking that mission.